person's event, and sometimes I'm missing catering opportunity just to get cold drinks at the place and don't go to a supermarket. And so sometimes I was running out of water, or a cold drink would be super nice, but then you have to go to the supermarket, and then the distance is quite long, and that is what I'm missing. And for just for competition wise, I chat that also some EJJs ago in the live chat. For the individual final, I would love to see two puzzles, maybe one landscape and maybe one illustration, just to get an excited final. So that would be, that would be my personal dream to do for an individual final round.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Yeah, I would agree with both of those, because also in Valladolid, especially on the Sunday, or no, the supermarkets don't open until like 10 or something like that, and I'm already at the venue, so I couldn't buy any food on the way to the venue. Yeah, no, because usually I'd be leaving already at about 8:15 in the morning, and the supermarkets weren't open, and then on site, yeah, there was nothing kind of quick to grab, and I didn't really have time to go sit in a cafe and wait for food. So I think for people who are organizing events, looking forward, try to have some food available on site, whether it's food trucks or vending machines, or if it's completely in the middle of nowhere, tell people in advance that they bring their own food. Yeah, and I like the idea as well of having like a mixed final to really like try different skills. That's not like oh, you're a landscape person, you're going to be fantastic on this, or you're a busy illustration, but yeah, like see who's an all-rounder. So yeah, I think those are some good ideas, and we'll share also the ideas from our participants. Yeah, so feel free to write in the chat as well if you have ideas for what you would wish for, what's something that you'd miss that would add to a competition. So let's get ready to unwrap the puzzle. So go ahead, take off your wrapping and any plastic or stickers that might be on there. Okay, so there's also somebody asking about when and where is the first UK marathon. That's also happening soon. Yeah, we also have an events page on the SpeedPuzzle website, so feel free to advertise your events there. You can send us a link and we'll put it in there. And likewise, you can also search the events page if you're wanting to travel. So yeah, make sure that the lid comes off easily, and then put it back in the middle of the table. So there is no poster for this puzzle. Just want everybody to know, if you use the front of the box, it's a square image, but it's not actually square. It's actually a portrait, and there's actually more information than what's shown on the cover. So if you want to, best to use the back of the box for your reference image. And there's no text on the image here. You see a lot of text. It says The Witcher, but there isn't actually on the back of the box. Okay, so everybody should have their puzzle on the table, unwrapped, ready to go. Okay, yes, and everybody should be logged into the SpeedPuzzle website. I see we have 84 people registered. Yeah, so please use the website. Once I click go, it will start counting up from 0, and there will be a blue done button. Please use that button to register your time. If for some reason it doesn't work, or you haven't registered because you didn't read the email, then write down in the chat, but most of it should go through the website. Okay, so let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody.
Good luck, everyone.
And that's the fun puzzle.
All right, so you already had a bit of a preview.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is called The Witcher. There's actually 4 in this series. They're all called The Witcher, and it's a bit annoying. There's actually no name on the puzzle box. It's called Skoyatayel or something like that, but I only know that because I read it on the company website, but you won't find it anywhere on the box. Otherwise, you might think it's The Witcher. As I mentioned, the back shows the full image. So The Witcher is a video game, and this is from a brand called Loot Puzzles. They're a Polish brand making like merchandise, puzzles, and different like mugs and accessories based around video games. So kind of a color gradient in there, and
definitely there's going on much on this puzzle. So beautiful puzzle. And what is the puzzle cut like when you tried that? Is it a complete new one, or did you recognize the puzzle cut?
Yeah, I would say it's a trefoil cut. That's how I recognized it. Yeah, but the old one, so not the one that was used at the European Championship, which is this premium plus version. It's like the standard trefoil cut. Yeah, and the company is based in Poland, so yeah, also makes sense from that aspect.
Yeah, and The Witcher also originates from Poland, so the author from the book series, and also the video game was produced by CD Projekt in Poland. So.
Oh really? Wow, I didn't know that much. I just thought
Yeah,
it was American because there's an American
no,
series with American actors.
One of the most popular video games that was developed in Europe. So really popular video game series. So there are 3 video games, I think, called The Witcher. The first, the second, and the third one. And the third one was really successful.
Yeah, well, then sounds like a good thing for another great thing from out of Poland. I've just put the name in the chat if you wanted to find the image online. It's called The Witcher Skoyatayel. I don't know what that means. Sounds like a special fantasy language. Okay, so on screen I'm going to start at the K's, and we have with us Karen. She's from, let me find the alphabet, Karen from Sweden on the top left. Then we have Karina from Germany, Kati from Germany, Kerstin K, possibly also from Germany, Laura from Hungary, and Leah from Denmark.
And we see the flipping is going well, and at some tables we also see that there's initial color sorting while flipping, not only the edges but also that they are sorting the colors, and that's also interesting about that image. You can have different tactics here. There are some colors that stand out, like the purple reddish dress, but also the bluish or greener parts of the puzzle. So that's going to be interesting who is going to start where. And that is definitely a puzzle where you can have multiple strategies to start.
Yeah, I think, yes, yeah, exactly as you say, there's going to be, I mean, there's lots of faces and there's different colors too. So it's going to be like what draws the attention, whether it's like the faces or like the lady in the red dress who's the main character in the image. Or maybe like the background is also as well. There's actually not so much background in the image. So also the border could be a place to start. Yeah, so I just want to mention what Laura mentioned about what she would like for future events is music during breaks, which I think is also something nice to consider.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember the marathon list we put together, and we asked all participants in Trier to put up a list, and that was a wild mix, but it was really fun.
Exactly, yeah. So that was also fun puzzling to music. So it doesn't always have to be like dead silence or listening to commentary in a group environment. Sometimes it's also really fun to puzzle with music, and that's kind of reflects also what other people wrote as well, that they like the idea of more casual puzzling, more tables for the spectators just to do some puzzling while they're waiting, or events like Puzzle Chicken, Puzzle Chess, kind of side events. So that was also kind of a popular idea.
Could you explain Puzzle Chicken for the viewers who don't know the concept of Puzzle Chicken?
Yeah, sure. So that's something developed by James from the UK Association, and it's where you basically have to guess what your time will be, and you have to finish your puzzle before the time runs out. So at the Worlds, they were doing it with 99-piece puzzles, and I think you could start somewhere between 10 or 15 minutes, or however long you think you could do a 99-piece puzzle. If you think you can do it in 5 minutes, then you've got to really race that puzzle, and if you go over the time limit, then you're out. So it's basically the last one to finish just before the time runs out is the winner. So that's Puzzle Chicken.
Oh, that sounds really fun and really cool. Side quest or side something besides the competitions.
Yeah, because it's not always about who's the fastest, because somebody could be really fast, but underestimate their time. They could think that they're going to do it in like 5 minutes 50 seconds, or say 5 minutes, and they set the timer at 5, and maybe they go over in their 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Then they lose because they're out. So it might be someone who starts earlier and needs more time to finish the puzzle, but they get closer to the time limit. So on screen right now we have Lenka from Slovakia, Lily from Germany, Lindsay from the UK, Lynn from Belgium, Maggie Magdalena from Austria, and Mandy from the Netherlands.
And here we can see the different tactics going on. So Lenka starting with the border, and others also trying to get the borders, but here Mandy, we see that there are some first I think persons or characters are going to be built, and others are now also at the sorting. We see the red and the blue stands out, that is sorted out, and we can see that here. So definitely, and also at Lily we see the blue. The blue stands out, I think, and also the reddish purple dress that really stands out.
Yeah, because there's only one character. There's like one larger character at the back who's very blue, and then just like a little smattering of, I don't know, guys that look like barbarians. I don't know, Vikings. Guys with skulls and helmets. There's a few of those guys around. So a very different image to what we're used to. We don't get so many puzzles with this type of image. We get lots of, animals and flowers and landscapes and things like that. But something with a lot of weapons and very fantasy-like is a bit different. So definitely expect to see blues being pulled out, and also the lady in the red dress is a very dominant piece of the image.
And I think she's called Siri, when I remember correctly from the video game. And she's one of the main characters, as well as Gerard, who's right to Siri there from the series, and he's the main character in the video games.
Okay, so have you played the video games?
I played, but only the third one, and it was really, really well designed, and you can spend a lot of time there.
And I have the right co-host for the right puzzle.
Yeah, definitely. It was really fun. So when you love just a single player role games, then you should try out The Witcher.
Okay, we have an explanation here from Kieran. Squire tail were non-human gorillas, also known as the squirrels, due to the squirrel tails they wore on their hats and caps, that they primarily lived in the forest and that they ate nuts. Okay, so it might be those blue guys in the background, possibly.
Possibly, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, and these also loves the music and singing at the Dutch championships. So at the Jan van Hasteren Championship, there's the national anthem, and they have music playing along the day, which makes it a very fun and social atmosphere. And she says it also relieves the stress. All right, so on screen right now we have Maria from Finland, Mariana from Germany, Marie from Norway, Marilis from Estonia, Marlene from the Netherlands, and Mary from Germany.
And here we also see some are going with the border starting here, and others are just starting with the blue one, who stands out. And yeah, now when we're at the 10-minute mark. So yeah, I'm just so what the viewers expecting in the live chat, what is to be the first solving time? What are your guesses? And then I have a question for you, Michelle. What was your time with this puzzle?
Good question. I'm gonna find out in my list. So just under 55 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely there's definitely some faster people who can definitely crush that time. But yeah, I have to say I enjoyed the puzzle. It was something a bit different. I like the different colors. It was kind of fun to puzzle the lightning bolts coming out of that lady's hands, and also to do some swords and some different elements that
Yeah,
I don't usually puzzle.
I saw also some archery stuff, so arrows and the arch itself, and also fire between the characters, so that is also fun. But I'm not quite sure how that stands out on the puzzle pieces. So that could be tricky to have the fire there or not. They're quite small sections of fire right between the characters.
No, that's true. There are these little like fire bursts coming out between the characters and behind them. Victor says in the chat that he's done some Witcher puzzles before. He can't remember which brands they were, but they had false fits. So there is 4 in this series of The Witcher, and as I mentioned, it is the older trefoil cut, and that one does have false fits, but I don't think I noticed it because it's like the majority of the image is very busy and there's only a little bit of the brown background. So maybe as you go towards the bottom of the image where there's these empty, basically in the corners of the image you've got some empty spaces where it's all the same color. But there's also a gradient there. I think it's more green towards the top and a bit more beige towards the bottom.
Yeah, I saw also that the green part on the top. And we have some guesses in the chat. Puddle Fox says 35 minutes. Yeah, and I'm curious if that's going to be around 35 minutes. I would guess 39 minutes would be my guess for the first finisher here for that busy puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can already see some things being assembled here. So we've got Melly from Switzerland, Milka from Finland, Muni from Germany, Nadia from Indonesia, Nadia G from Indonesia, Nadia R from Germany, and Nora from Finland. And what strikes me is that we're entering like the winter light. You can see we have a lot more like harsher light. We had Kati puzzling in the dark, and you can see in Mooney's background through the window that the sun is like almost gone in Germany. So yeah, we're getting into that phase where having a good lighting situation in the evenings is gonna make a difference.
Yeah, no blending from the sun. That is also when we, Carolyn, participate in EJJs. We have to move our table because the sun is so bright that is reflected, and then it's just with artificial light. Then it's easier to do that when you have good lighting at home. Yeah, and we see good progress here by Milker, who's having the first sections assembled, and others have assembled almost the complete border. So that also looking really good, and we're at the 14-minute mark, and also Nadia having good progress here on the greenish parts at the top. So that's looking really good here.
Yeah, so the first assembly seems to be with either the border or like some of the greens. Yeah, so no, that's making really good progress there. We're at 14 minutes, and Victor is saying that actually he didn't buy the puzzles himself. His friends bought the puzzles because they liked the franchise, but then they realized they were too hard and called him in to help. So he was basically doing the brutal black parts. But yes, then you would really notice if there were false fits, if you've only got like background and that less. And I have to say they do have others in the series, and probably also from other providers as well. So other manufacturers, generally movie posters or movie/video game, anime, whatever posters do often tend to be more dark, have a lot of shadow and very kind of moody, and don't typically make good puzzles. But this was one that to me was the most colorful, and I did like it that it had like a whole rainbow of colors in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful puzzle, even though you don't know the Witcher. There are different color sections, and there's a lot of going on. So, but also there are some parts with gradients in it. So it's a good mixture of different puzzles in that puzzle. So I'm excited to see how they all going to approach that puzzle.
Yeah, I just want to mention there's a shout out in the chat from Elisa from Guatemala to Michael. Great to great to hear you. So Elisa joined spontaneously in pairs with Misha and had fun at the Worlds. So it's really nice that Elisa is watching. And hopefully she can also participate. We have added Guatemala to the list of countries. If your country is not listed and you would like to order, just let us know and we'll add it. But that must have been a fun experience.
Yeah, it definitely was, and it was very spontaneous. You came up with the idea, and a shout out to Denise who met Elisa and brought Elisa to the meeting we had from the German Puzzle Association, and then you called me, Misha. Elisa doesn't have a team, or we need a team for Elisa. She needs to have the full experience, and then it was really fun at Worlds. We finished 5 seconds before the 3-hour mark with our team we assembled, and it was the best experience I had, and very spontaneously, and greetings back to Elisa. It was wonderful to puzzle with you and meeting you.
Yeah, it was amazing. So we were at the German drinks, and then Elisa was there, and then I saw her name tag, and I saw she was only registered for individuals, and I was like, "What? You came all the way from Guatemala, and you don't have a pair, you don't have a team? Come on, we can fix that." I was like, "I know some people here who don't have pairs and teams," and like 5 minutes later, Misha was there, and a few text messages, and we had a team, and for me that was one of the most exciting finishes, like the team finishing 5 seconds before the 3 hours. It was super exciting.
Yeah, it was really nuts. It was really crazy, and it was one of a lifetime experience. Thank you for that, Misha.
My pleasure. All right, we have on screen Rachel doing something completely different. She's going from like the outside in. She started with the background.
Yeah, interesting to see that. And now we see she has a blue pile and a blue and greenish pile where she can fit in the top part. And after that, there are a lot of reddish purple pieces left then for the centerish part. So that is looking really interesting here from Rachel.
Yeah, how she's kind of closing in from the outside, and she was, of course, one of the standout performers at the Worlds and the individuals. Really exciting to meet Rachel and also to see her puzzle in the dome. So we also have on screen Arena from Germany, Ricardo from Austria, Rika from Denmark, Robert from Sweden, and Rose from the United States.
And also good progress here by the other puzzlers here. We see Robert with the top left corner assembled, and then we see Rike also doing great progress on the top of the puzzle. We see Rose with the fully assembled border and having some parts assembled from the bluish character there. And that's looking very promising here at the almost 20-minute mark here for that Billy puzzle.
Yeah, no, that's really great progress so far. So I'd like to also mention what Rachel answered. More opportunities for social puzzling, so what she would like at future events, for example, Puzzle Chicken, Puzzle Chess, a designated area for puzzling with tables, and Puzzle Swap. Yes, that would all be very good. Yeah. So yeah, so keeping in mind, yeah, whether it's nationals also, like it's a great place to swap puzzles, great place just to meet. Yeah, because if you have a table, people will come and sit and people will come and puzzle, and it just becomes this like a center of attention, and people can gather around and have an opportunity to meet. Yeah, so definitely tables, really important
Tables,
thing.
tables and a separate room for casual puzzling and to meet other puzzlers and just to have a chat while puzzling. So that is our hobby. So just come to a table and then we can have a chat. And that was also really fun. The puzzle party at Worlds, just having just 10 minutes or so at one table, meeting 5 to 6 people, and then you get directed to another table with other people, and then you get to know each other, and then you see them compete, and then you can cheer them up. So that was a really also good experience at Worlds, the puzzle party, just to get to know new people, making new friends, and that was also a really fun part there.
And also trying different puzzles. I got to put in the final pieces of the glacier, so I feel like I've done it even though I haven't. So, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
we did we did the sorting.
Yeah, you did. Somebody else does all the rest, and I just come in and place the final pieces and feel like I've conquered the glacier. All right, so we also have on screen Sana from Finland, Celia from Norway, Smilla from Sweden, Stefan from Switzerland, and Stina from Norway, and Tammy from USA.
And we see that Senna is having some part of the reddish character there, but we don't haven't seen somebody assemble that. So I think that will be assembled last for almost every participant because there's so much red going on. What we see here is again going from outside to inside, and the greenish and bluish parts that really stands out and that is assembled firstly here.
Hmm. Okay, then I was my favorite color is red, so I was drawn to like the lady in the foreground. I often don't notice things in the background, so I actually assembled the red lady early on. So yeah, interesting that other people are going for other colors. I think I may have done the blue and green kind of early on too because there's so little of them, but yeah, she really stood out to me, and I like all the lightning and stuff coming out of her hands. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, an interesting thing about this puzzle was people go about it in different ways. On the way home, I was listening to the individual final, and it was just said multiple times like everyone's doing the same thing. They do the colorful parts, they do the globe, then they do the black, and it was kind of just yeah, who does it faster? But here, people are coming from different angles, and that's always fun to see.
Yeah, fun to see it. Then it's hard to predict who is where in the puzzle. So then some done the more harder parts early on, and then having left maybe light parts or easier part of the puzzle, and they will accelerate through the puzzle out. And then you have others who started with the easier parts and have the harder parts left, and then it's yeah harder to tell who's going to finish then earlier than the others. So that is also really fun about this puzzle here.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out to Stefan from Switzerland. He did really great at the Swiss Championship on the weekend. He got third place in the individuals and did well in pairs and teams. And I think he's participating in his first individual EJJ. I know he participated in pairs with Patrick at some point, but yeah, nice to see him giving solo a try. So we've got Tobias on screen, Tobias from Sweden. We also have Una from Latvia, Bondina from Latvia, Veronica from Slovakia, Williams from Latvia, and yeah, lots of Latvians tonight. Greetings, and we have Wendy from the United States.
Yeah, and we see really good progress here by Tobias and also Veronica. So that's looking really promising here at the almost 25 minutes mark here. But the others do also great. And will Village gems also look, the lightning is the best for us to view, but I think the top is almost completed. The greenish part there also looking really well here, and yeah, really good progress here with this puzzle at the 25 minutes mark. But we enter here.
Oh yeah, and I just want to mention something that Rose wrote in her comments. She was just on screen a couple of minutes ago. She would like blind pairing events in order to meet new people. Somebody else mentioned something else like that, where it's kind of like a speed dating scenario. Yeah, a puzzle party at the Worlds was on a grander scale of that, but something where you just turn up and get put into a pair and you have to compete together. And somebody else also said it would just be fun to go to an event where you just get put randomly in a team and you complete a puzzle, but also with a competitive aspect.
Yeah, that would be also fun. So just throw in randomly people and then have a spontaneous, just a spontaneous competition. So maybe then have a 3-minute chat about strategies, who's doing what, and then
Then just
everybody
go
puzzles
for it.
and then go for it. And maybe for pairs, you could do that also for smaller puzzles like 300-piece puzzles. So that is a really cool idea.
Yeah,
I like that
basically just
idea.
as a social, like basically the the priority of the event is for meeting people and having fun, and the
Yeah,
secondary is actually the who wins and yeah, who
yeah.
deserves.
Maybe you should also not time track, just having judges and time tracking, but then when just a starting point and everybody starts and then meeting each other. That's a really good and fun way to meet new people there at
Mm.
competitions or at events. Not only competitions, it could be also at some other events, just casual puzzling events. It doesn't have to be always competition.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just it's interesting to see how Veronica and Tobias have also looking quite similar there. Neither have got like a complete border, but they have this triangle of like the skirt coming out. So the underside of the skirt has more of a bluish tone and has like some texture going down in one direction, so that's easier to pull out, and yeah, looks quite nice there. And then it's kind of like nicely framed with red. So we've reached the end of the alphabet. I started at K and now we are jumping up to the A's. But I really like Vipka's sorting here. We have a really
Yeah.
nice view of hers. Color piles, her borders are all very straight as she's assembling that.
Yeah,
And
that's looking promising. So she put much effort in the sorting, and now she can assemble the parts there. But looking really good, the sorting there.
yeah, looks so organized.
Yeah,
And then we have Aaron from the UK, Alexandra from Austria, Amanda from the United Kingdom, Anna B is from France, and Anna R is from Finland.
and we see there also good progress here at the top, for most of them at the top of the puzzle, and yeah, seeing here really good progress. But some also having done the bluish character. I should have looking for the name for that guy. So that we could name him. But the blue character and the green that really stand out assembled here, and yep, that's the most approach here for that they do the top characters. But then we see for Aaron that he's also have the triangle on the bottom from the not the reddish parts, but the bluish parts from under the skirt from Sairi, the character, is also being assembled there.
Sorry, the lady is called Sairi, is it?
Sairi, yep.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to use that from now on. Sairi in the red dress. Yes, so we are moving along. We're at 20, coming up to 30 minutes. So it doesn't look like anyone is close to finishing yet. So we still have time. We have on screen in the top right, we have Anami. She's actually in the United States at the moment. Her mum is puzzling on the same table in the background.
And
So
here
they have
also
daylight.
Sammy. They have daylight, yeah. And we see a Sammy with amazing progress here.
Wow.
yeah, that's looking really promising, Sammy here. So yeah, that that's looking really really
I
good.
don't even know who Asami is. There's no registration there from Asami, so I have no clue who you are. Please put your name in the chat. And yeah, so I'm going to keep her her on screen. I don't know. We also have Berit from Germany, Beth from the UK, Birgit from Germany, and Carolyn from the United States. But yeah, that looks like Asami is like really close to finishing here. So
Yeah,
I'm going to keep on moving. I'm just going to jump ahead to some of our others who were
might
doing
finish.
really fast.
Yeah,
Just going to check with Inga and Kati, Victor and sorry, Veronica and
Veronica, yeah,
Tobias.
and maybe Lenka,
Yeah.
but that's looking like 30 pieces or 50, 40 pieces for Asami
Okay.
left.
So Inga is also closing in, Lenka as well, and the others a bit further behind. But wow, okay, I don't know who this mysterious puzzler is. Let us know if you know anything about this person. I'm just gonna keep Inga and Asami on screen for now and just
Yeah,
run through.
it's looking like they are ahead of the others, but Lenko also with great progress here. Kati also, Veronica, they are all close, but Inge and Asami are our front runners here. And Asami maybe 30 pieces left or so now here. So that's looking really promising here.
Yeah, and so the gaps that are left, there's a couple of characters left and right of Sairi that are brown. So they've all got long hair, they've all got like brown clothing, archery, some swords, and some fireball things. But yeah, flying through at this point, just filling in those gaps.
Yeah, and I think 20 pieces left for Asami. So maybe the Puzzle Fox was right with these 32 minute guess. Yeah, so
Yes, I have no registration for Asami and no registration for Takamiya, so I am at a loss.
it's not bad. The last 10 pieces are going in for Asami, so that's looking really promising here. And
Looking amazing there. Last pieces.
last piece is in. Oh no, not yet. Oh, there are some pieces on the puzzle. We can't see it really. And yes. Okay, there are some pieces. Now he's done. Great time and congratulations, Asami.
Oh, it's
What?
Kubiak from Poland
Okay.
under a mysterious name. Okay, wow, amazing, Yagoda. 32
Good.
minutes 50, fantastic. So yeah, maybe she's done this puzzle before. Or maybe she just loves The Witcher. So congratulations. All right, so
Congratulations.
coming up next we have Inga, but Inga is still maybe about 40-ish pieces away, so I think we have a bit of time, maybe a bit
Yep.
more. So I'll continue. Yeah, so what was it? Just to confirm, Yogoda was 32 minutes 50. Amazing time, really. Yeah, so we also have Kat from the USA. We have Daniela from Portugal. Then we so Daniela S is from Portugal. Daniela J is from the Netherlands. Danica from the Netherlands as well. And we see some nice skirts being built there and some nice greenish backgrounds. But I'm going to keep on moving before we have another finish.
Yeah, what we see here from Danik and Catherine, their great progress on the skirt. Yeah, now we'll see the others later in the presentation started with the skirt on the bottom.
Okay. Oh yeah, so I just got a message as well just before. I didn't read it before Yogoda finished, but Joanna sent me a message saying Asami is probably our Polish Yogoda. Okay, yes it was. So maybe that's her other name.
Yeah.
All right, so on screen we have David, he's from Spain, and then we have Domi from Germany, Dora from Switzerland, Elizabeth Liss from Germany as well.
And also there we see the top assembled first for Domi and Elizabeth doing good progress there. David also doing the top first, so that really stands out. on that puzzle. So good progress here after almost 35 minutes now here.
Yeah, sorry, there were two Dommies there. There was Dommy from Poland and there was Dominic from Germany. Okay, so yeah, so seeing some similar finish here with Inga, that it's like these brown patchy clothes left and right of the main character, where the gap is. I'd be really interested to see. Actually, I'm just going to just take a quick look at Rachel because she had a different approach. See how she's getting on. Okay, kind of similar, closing into the middle. All right. Okay, and so we have now reached the E's and the F's. We have Everly from Estonia, Eva from Poland, Fiona from the United Kingdom, Florka from the Netherlands, and Franziska from Germany.
And good progress here by all of them. Here going through that, and Franziska is also closing in, maybe 80 pieces left or so, maybe 60 to 80 pieces left. So really good progress by Franziska here. And the others also doing really well here, and also Eva. Yeah, really good progress here. The red for Eva, the bottom is mostly built, and now the center pieces are left. And yeah, really great to see the different approaches here for that puzzle. And but the center is the last thing that is assembled. We can see here, and we see that also for Inge. But no, Inge has done now the center part, and now the the outer skirt of the center assembled then there.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that my teammate Francie is doing amazing. She's done so much, and is also coming in, to the brownish parts. She still has a few gaps in the background, but she's doing amazing. So, go Francie! All right, so we have now Graham from the United Kingdom. We have Hannah from Czech Republic. So Hannah R in the top right was from Czech Republic. In the bottom left, Hannah G from the United Kingdom. Eden from Norway, and Irene from Spain.
And really good progress there also. And I just checked up Kati, and I think she's now tied with Inge for maybe second place going into there. She speeded up, and they're now tied, I think, count-wise.
I've just had the message to put Lenko on screen. She's got 30 pieces left, roughly. She's looking very similar to Inga at this stage. So let's take another check at potential leaders as we come in. Here comes Kati. Okay, so now we've got Kati, Lenka, and Inga at a very similar
stage.
Yeah.
And then maybe right behind them, Rachel may potentially, but now Lenker, just 15 pieces left. Also Kati also 15 to 20 pieces left. Inge 20 pieces or so, maybe 25 pieces left. So that is looking a head-to-head race there.
I think Kati's going to take it. I think Kati has such a fast close, and she's just got these really small gaps now.
Yeah, and Tobias also great progress from Tobias here, and Veronica also, but I think also that Kati is going to be second here, second place. She really runs through it now here, and
it's going to be so close between. Yeah, I think Kati is overtaking.
yeah, Kati, she's
Go
overtaking.
Kati! Oh, that's awesome! Well done, Kati. 39 minutes.
Congratulations,
Fantastic.
Kati. And Lenka going for third place. So maybe here 10 pieces left for Lenka. Maybe 10 to 15. It's hard to see because the pieces are all on the bottom.
Yeah, and those parts are difficult because they're all brown. They all have different lines all over it, and just a lot of kind of like details on there with like.
Yeah, it's a head-to-head between Inge and her, but I think Lenke has the advantage, and she will take third place. No, you can now see that it's hard to fit the pieces in. Yeah, but the last pieces are going in for Lenka.
Lenka is ready to dive.
And yeah, she's done. Congratulations, Lenka,
Well
on third
done,
place.
Lenka, third place. Congratulations. Oh, yes.
And
Fantastic. And here comes Inga for the close.
Yeah, she has maybe 8 pieces left. Oh, now 5 or 3.
But it's so nice when there's only these single gaps and you just know
yeah,
they go in like.
congratulations, Inge, on 4th place.
Yeah, and just very shortly after Lenka, so 32 minutes, so almost under 33 minutes for Yagoda, 39 minutes for Kati, and then Inga and Lenka on for 40 minutes.
1 minute and 40 minutes, that's an impressive time for this busy and difficult puzzle. So congratulations here on that amazing times.
So I'm going to leave Tobias and Rachel on screen for a bit longer. They seem to be ahead, and we'll just scoot through. And yeah, I started at K and we're at J's. We have a lot of J's. I'm just going to see if I can spotlight a few more people before the next finish. There's always a rush. So we have Irma from Switzerland doing fantastic there. We have Yata from Finland. Then we have Jenny from Germany, so Jenny A from Germany and Jenny P from Finland. So nice progress there.
Nice progress there, yeah. With the greenish part and also the wet skirt is being built now, and now the centerpieces are going in, and that's looking really promising here.
Yeah, and even though like people can start in different places, they're all kind of ending similar. So that's the interesting part. Is I'd be interested to see if anyone does the brown section earlier on and finishes, I don't know, on the background or the border. Yeah, so let's see who else we've got. Jenny from the Netherlands, Jessica from USA, Jessica from Germany, and Jolene from Germany as well. But yeah, so at this point, the puzzles do look all fairly similar. It's all like the outer corners, then the middle skirt, then the faces, and then just like closing in on those browns. But yeah, everyone's doing well here, so we can keep on moving.
And I think it's a race now between maybe Francisca and Rachel from the progress there on the 5th place.
Yeah, so it definitely looks like Rachel is ahead and will be finishing in the next minute.
That's looking really good, and we see with Francisca also they are on the same part in the puzzle. Francisca but she has some at the top, some border pieces left and greenish parts there left, and Rachel now accelerates to the red part of the puzzle and doing the center, but there tricky. We see that now with Rachel that the pieces are hard to fit in there. And Tobias, it's also looking good here, but he has other parts to finish. So the top left corner he has to finish, and also the top parts. And Veronica also doing really, really well here and closing in. Maybe she is ahead of the others. Maybe she's going to 5th place. Yeah, it's a race between, I think, Rachel, Veronica, and Francisca for the 5th place. Maybe Veronica now with 15 pieces left.
So here Rachel is more of the reds to finish off, and yeah, it looks like Tobias will end on the greens on the borders.
On greens on borders, and Francisca also on the borders on the top, and Veronica having the last pieces. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it could be Veronica. Oh,
it
go
could
Veronica.
be Veronica.
Yeah, just a few of these beigey greeny holes to fill.
They're hard to recognize at the table because of the color of the table there. But it could also be Rachel. I think it's Veronica.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Rachel's pieces are going in faster. Here we go.
yeah.
Oh, well done,
Oh,
Rachel. 44 minutes and 53 seconds. Fantastic. So 5th place for Rachel.
congratulations.
And here comes Veronica, the last pieces in the background going in that greenish background. Yeah, it does blend in with the table. And yes, 6th place to Veronica. Congratulations.
Congratulations here.
Okay, so here we have Tobias and Francisca coming up to the close. I am just going to run through the last of the J's. Here we have the last 3 people. We have Judith from Germany. We have Jukka from Finland, and we have Julie from France. There we go. So we are at 45 minutes and we have 6 finishes. So yeah, so some people got some really fast times in this, and I don't think majority of people will have done this. I mean, it's not even a known brand. It's just maybe if you were searching for a puzzle or a specific franchise, you might find upon them. They actually contacted me and introduced themselves, but it's not something. Yeah, I mean, it's not one that you see typically in the shops. But I wonder about you, good. I'm just going to check if she's going to stay for a chat. Asami has left the meeting. Okay, so unfortunately we don't get to have a chat with him.
Okay, and now we see Francisca.
Oh, it can be Francie. Go Francie.
Yeah, go Francie on the last 12, 50 pieces there, or maybe 10. So she could be next in line and taking the 7th place. That's looking really promising here for Francie, and Tobias also looking good, but he has more gaps, and yeah, looking also good. And we see Eva also doing great progress, but we see Francie struggling with the beige greenish pieces, but now she accelerates and putting in the last pieces, and
Come on, Francie.
until the last piece, and now the last piece.
Yes.
Congratulations
Oh, we had a finisher in between. Wait. We had Anna R finish. Where are you? Yes, wow, congratulations. So Anna R finished in just like 9 seconds before Francie. Well done. So Anna R and Francie are done. Congratulations.
Congratulations to both, and both top 10 places.
So
really,
we're up to
really
8 finishes now.
And then now we can maybe take Tobias takes one of the 2 left top 10 placements. Here it's looking like that. He can pull it off, or Eva, and both of them. But also Irene does have really good progress here, and she will finish under 50 minutes for this busy puzzle, and that is also really, really awesome.
Yeah, no, these are really good times.
Yeah, and we see here now also Laura with a top finish. So she's not finishing with the center. She has assembled the center and finishing there. So
and Eva has finished as well under the 50-minute mark. Fantastic, Eva.
Congratulations, Eva. And the last top 10 place then maybe goes to Tobias.
Oh yeah, come on.
2 more pieces.
And also under 50
and
minutes.
under 50 minutes, and a finish with a border piece. You don't see
Yeah.
that often, that someone is finishing with a border piece.
Well, Tobias likes busy puzzles, so yeah, definitely do the fun parts first and leave the rest for later. Good job, Tobias. And yeah, so the top 10 is in order of finishing. First was Yagoda, Kati, Lenka, Inga, Rachel, Veronica, Anna R, Francisca, Eva, and Tobias. And here comes Irene as well. Congratulations. Also under the 50-minute, just in there.
Yeah, that's also an awesome time. Congratulations on that, Irene.
Yeah, so now, so yeah, we've got Anami in the top right. We can see her, we can't see the image itself because of the reflection, but we can see that the gaps and also those gaps are coming in close. Oh, it just moved. It looks like the top and the bottom are not actually connected because of some gaps in the border. But it's going to be Laura.
Laura, yeah. She is going to have 12th place, I think. Yeah. Having also border pieces last going in. So the border at the top seems to be very tricky here. All this beige greenish stuff, and last 3 pieces for Laura. And now she's done. Congratulations, Laura, here. Strong finish.
Yeah, she has good lighting. Also, Nadia has good lighting here in the bottom right. That, yeah, we're definitely seeing, the different lighting situations here as we head into autumn in Europe, in the Northern Hemisphere. All right, so I'm just gonna, check in on some people.
And we see also Nadia that she has left some part of the top border and filling in that gaps. Robert doing also great progress here, and Smiller also having great progress here on this puzzle.
Just had a look at Rika and Graham. But yeah, there's a lot of people coming up behind that are quite similar. So all tend to be finishing in the middle.
Yeah, but I didn't wrote Graham something interesting with the theme of the day. Also that he likes to have casual puzzlers, and I want to have some place where he can just have a beer and watching the puzzlers.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, a place to sit and watch the live stream and have a beer. That's also something. Yeah, so I've also just added Maggie Magdalena to the screen. So also coming up to the close. So from what I can see on screen, the next to finish with the least gaps is probably Carolyn or Maggie. But there's a lot of people at a similar position.
Yeah, definitely is a head-to-head race here between them, but I think Maggie could take it, and yeah, that's looking really good. But it maybe enemy, but it's hard to see with the lightning and the reflection of the sun. Also, Ricardo's doing strong here and having only the center left.
Okay. Oh, so we had one finish just a moment ago that I missed. That was Jutta from Finland. Yeah, so there's a lot. As with every EJJ, there's always new people that we're not familiar with and we don't know where to expect their finish. When we're watching so many people, there can always be that there are new people popping up that we're unfamiliar with. So we've had 13 finishes. 11th was Irene, 12th Laura, and 13th was Yata. Congratulations.
Yata. And I'm curious who's going to finish next. Maybe it's Rose then. Who is going to finish next?
Yeah, so Marilyn says in response to Graham's comment that the puzzle pub, a place where you can get drinks and watch the live stream and puzzle at the same time. That would be nice.
That's a nice socializing event there. And I'm curious who's going to finish next. Could be Rose or Maggie.
It's really close here. Like they all have about 10 pieces left. Maggie Magdalena, Rose, or Ricarda. You're all really close. Just get those last pieces in. It's going to be a tight finish here for the positions 14 to 16. So yeah, so basically I was finishing now when I did that puzzle.
And is it? I think it's Magdalena. She has a last piece. Yeah,
Oh,
and she's done. And now, no, she has a last piece.
he's on the floor.
She's on the floor.
Maybe
She's
Rose will
putting it
catch
in.
up.
Rose, maybe catch
Oh,
up. And Maggie Magdalena did it, and Rose has left,
Magdalena.
and Rose also finished. Congratulations, both on
Oh,
you.
fantastic.
Fantastic job here for both of you. Really, really strong time just at the 55 minutes mark. So that's really, really looking good here. And also Ricardo is coming in for the close, but also Anime. Anime has maybe 15 pieces left, I think. So Anime looking good here.
Yeah, and I'd also, yeah, I'd like to. Oh, where's Anime?
Oh,
There
Anime,
we
she's
go.
done.
Good job, Anime. Thank you. Well done.
Congratulations, Anime.
Yeah, Alenka, yeah, so Yagoda didn't stay, or Asami. Then the second place, Kati, couldn't stay. She just moved, and yeah, that's why she had a different setup. But she said the table passed the puzzle test. And so in third place, we have Lenka, and yeah, I'd love to have a chat with Lenka. So yeah, you can put your, there we see you now.
Hello.
Hi, Lenka. Congratulations on your strong performance.
I thank you. I have no idea what happened. I'm still processing. So I was also not with the sound. So I had no idea what was happening, and I didn't know that I would be the one doing the interview right now. But hello.
Hi, we're hearing you fine, and yeah, really strong performance by you. So, what was your first thought of this puzzle when you opened the puzzle today?
Before that, I was started with before what was happening before the puzzle. I forgot to set up like everything, so I was late. So I didn't even look at the image. I was still setting my headphones and the timer and the sound and everything. In the meantime, you started counting down. I was like, okay. Then I kept doing other things. So I think I started a bit late. Then I was super stressed and I was flipping probably faster than usual. Sorry. When I stopped flipping, I saw that my timer that I started a bit later, it was around 2 minutes. So I started thinking that I'm probably missing half of the pieces of my puzzle. So it was not very convincing, but yeah.
Okay, so it was
So I kept puzzling, thinking that I was missing pieces. I looked at my edges and it also didn't look like the quantity I should have. So I was just, I just continued and let's see what happens in the end.
okay, but and what then when you then later looked at the image, what stood out? Where did you start? What was your strategy there on this Witcher puzzle?
At the first glance, it looked very difficult to decide. So I thought I would go or for the blues or for the reds. But normally when I open a puzzle, I totally change the strategy. So I was just going to do whatever I can. And at the beginning, I only saw that it was The Witcher. So, okay. I didn't have much time to look at the characters or anything. So the whole of the time, I was just thinking, I cannot recognize any character. What is going on? What is it? I read all the books. I still don't know who is who. I don't know what I'm puzzling. Just let's keep doing it. So only now I'm looking at it, actually. I still don't know what's going on. But okay.
There are a lot of pictures. Yeah, it's yeah. I think Geralt is the person on the right, besides Ciri in the middle, right? That should be Geralt, I guess.
If I have to guess, it would be him, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
But
you're
then I
familiar.
just couldn't remember any name of anyone. So I was just thinking about what a shame I cannot remember everything.
Yeah, but when you have read the books, that doesn't help you with the puzzles. So
No, I don't think it helped at all. But
No.
I do like the style. I do like fantasy, and I at some point started thinking that okay, this is kind of my puzzle, my kind of puzzle, and I might do it a bit faster, and let's try what I can do. So
Okay.
I did like it, and it was motivating. PTI didn't start very well, but yeah, it still worked out okay. And yeah, I really liked it. It's a busy image, but it it kind of went better than I expected. Because when I looked at the pieces, I couldn't identify anything, but then I started grouping by colors or just by, yeah, mostly by color or by theme. And I did manage to put them together somehow. But I kept jumping from one side to the other all the time. I started with the edges, but after 5 pieces, decided not to do. Then I started with the red on the bottom, then I stopped, then I jumped to the blue on top, returned to the red, then blue again. Just
And there's a lot of going on in that puzzle,
yes.
in that motive. Yeah. Okay. You meant
Luckily, it
Lenka.
was to switch all the time because there was just so much.
Yeah, and one thing I discussed also with Michelle was the fire part between the characters. Did you recognize that? Could you sort that out, these pieces, or was that just small details on the pieces?
I did see puzzles with fire. I had no idea which ones were which. They didn't make any sense. So I left them
Okay,
for the
then
end.
there were then you put them aside, and that were one of the last pieces you put in. Okay,
Yeah,
and
I did the browns and pretty much the middle to the end. And
okay. You mentioned, Lenka, you mentioned that you have read the books. Did you watch the series on Netflix? And for me as a video gamer, did you play the Witcher role player game?
so I know of everything because of my husband, because he was a huge fan of the games. So ever since before the series and so on, I always knew about the games and the books because then he read them as well. Then he passed them to me. I actually did not read them. I heard all the other books.
The audiobooks. Okay.
So yeah, I think I read the first one, but then I heard everything as audiobooks. Then we did watch the first season and possibly the second, but then he refused to keep watching them with me, and I don't watch anything alone, so just never continued. But yeah, it's mostly audiobooks, and I don't think I ever saw anything from the game, but I know that he played a lot of them.
Okay. Uh, uh, so yeah, I didn't watch the series either, even though I played the game. But I'm not a TV series guy, so yeah, it wouldn't help me also. And
I don't think it's not with a puzzle at all. It's just
no,
that it made me happy about the puzzle, let's say. It was something that I wanted to do, yeah. I liked that part. But it didn't help with the assembly at all. It
yeah,
reminded me actually more of the Lord of the Rings. All these characters at the back, it kept reminding me of the Dead Army
the Army of Ghosts
Aragorn.
at the
So
Return of the King movie. Yeah, and that was also a thing I had a comparison there that came into mind when Aragorn having the last battle in front of Gondor. It looked really
yeah,
like this scenery from the Lord of
I
the
think
Rings.
they
Yeah.
mixed up the two books, two series.
Okay. Like we had the question of the day or theme of the day. When you are at in-person events, what things are missing or could be improved? There are things that you wanted to wish to have there. What are your thoughts about that?
So that part I did still hear before we started. So I did like both of your answers about the food, the catering, and about the double final puzzles. I really love those ideas. So I would like that. And I did not reply anything. So let me think of it.
Take your time. No, no hurry.
Um, Sometimes the schedule is not being followed. So that's one thing I don't like too much. I like when everything goes as planned, but I know that it's not easy. I prefer when there are more rounds, but not every competition can be so big to have, I don't know, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, and so on. But
Yeah.
if I travel for any event, I like to stay there and puzzle more.
Okay, yeah. And that was also some parts, many replied that they want to have more space to have casual puzzling between rounds. So have tables and chairs, and then get to know each other, and then have space to puzzle. And that I think that you would also enjoy, right?
Yes, the events that I went, I think almost always there were a few tables with some puzzles that we could do. Of course, there is not enough space for everyone, but the people who want, they can go. And sometimes there are giant puzzles. At least in Portugal, we often have, I don't know, 5,000 puzzles or